Hello, good evening. Welcome to Thursday Night Bookish Chat at Small Home Comforts. I am Beth, and I am here in my book corner to chat books with you this evening. So I'm trying to get, let me see here. You know how I got to get this. Got to get this technology going. I think we're in. So, good deal. All right. If you are here, let me know in the chat. I'd love to say hi to you. Okay. I think we're good to go. So, welcome. It is Thursday evening. I am trying to get all this stuff together here. We just came in from. Some errands, so I still have my jacket on, but I do have my tea. So tonight I have Lady Grey decaffeinated tea for the evening. I just love Lady Grey. Hello, Martha. I see you here. I was just saying hello. I see Melissa. Hello, Melissa. Nice to see you. Megan is here. Oh, it's so nice to see you guys. What kind of tea are you drinking tonight? I have, like I just said, Lady Grey decaf. I used to love Earl Grey so much. That was what I drank all the time. And then I discovered Lady Grey, and it has a little bit of lemon in it, which I find just delightful. So that is what I'm drinking tonight, although it's still a little hot because it just left the teapot. So I'm not going to take a sip of it right this moment because I don't want to burn my tongue. So let me know what kind of delicious tea you're drinking tonight, or if you've got something else. I'd love to hear it. So I thought tonight we could talk about March reads, what we read in March, and what we are hoping to read in April. So on the book box front, I think some of you have already gotten your book boxes. You see I have Listening Valley up here. So I'm so excited. I was putting everything together over the last weekend and on Monday. And when I got them out Tuesday morning, I felt like, such a like, we did it kind of a thing. So I'm so excited. I've already gotten messages from some of you that you have received it. So I love hearing from you. So thank you for letting me know. Karen is drinking berry zinger tea, and Megan is drinking Bengal spice decaf. Melissa has peppermint licorice tea. Ooh, yummy. I've had that one, Melissa. That's a good one. All right. So to start with, I had a little bit of a reading slump in March, I have to say. I think it was because I was so focused on getting the book box together and out that I could not concentrate. I was having a really hard time. So I started the month with A Traveler in Time, which is a middle grade novel. The author is Alison Uttley. And it talks about Penelope is a solitary and sickly child, a reader and a dreamer. And she ends up going into Derbyshire. I'm not saying that right. Am I saying that right? And then she finds herself in a mystery because she's transported back and forth from Elizabethan times to the current time. And this one was, I think, in 1939. So between those two times. And as you can see, this is my bookmark here. I just didn't get very far. I heard such good things about this. So I'm not DNFing this one. I am going to return to it. It was just something I couldn't concentrate on at the time. So I think it was just wrong time for me. I think that it's going to be very good, though. So I will be coming back to that one. But that was my first in March. I was like, I didn't get to it. But never fear, I did get to some other ones. So whenever I feel like I'm in a little bit of a reading slump, I turn to mysteries. For some reason, mysteries can always get me back in the swing of things. So I think I told you guys about this one. But I read Scales of Justice, which was the first in this very large one. There's 5 books in this one. I just picked this up from my library. So I just wanted to read one. I heard very good things about this Tied Up in Tinsel. So I may get this one out again at Christmas time because I heard from a YouTube channel I watch called Woldenberg Reads. I always have a hard time saying that. Woldenburn Reads, Emily there. I think it was this Tied Up in Tinsel one that she was talking about at Christmas time. So I will be returning to that. But this was my first experience with any Ngaio Marsh stories, and I liked it. I liked it a lot. So I will be returning to that one. So that one was the first one that I finished in March. I think I told you guys about that one already. And then the other one I told you guys about already was The Unfinished Clue, which, as you know, is my Georgette Heyer read along for the month of March. And I think some of you read that one too. So this one I loved. I loved it so much. I highly recommend it. A country house murder mystery, had me in, and I am going to be putting up a blog post this weekend, about this one, my Georgette, Heyer read through for 2025, the blog post for that one. So if you want to hear my thoughts, I like to, I may have told you guys this already, but I like to sometimes when I'm reading, books from this time period, I try to take like old Hollywood movie stars and kind of cast them as cast characters in this one, which I did do for some of these. So I will be telling you all about that in my blog post, who I envisioned to take the parts of these ones. So it was excellent. Highly, highly recommend that one. And then the other one I read in March was Light and Air. This was the read along for Meg from Meg's Reading Room. In her Patreon community, she did a read along of this one. I loved it. It was really good. This is about Halle, or Hallelujah, short for Hallelujah. She lives in 1935, and she has to go to a sanatorium because of a tuberculosis outbreak. She befriends some of the girls there, and the boys too, some of the kids there. And her mom is also in the same sanatorium for her health as well. So it was really good. I liked it a lot, and I'm looking forward to the discussion on that. And I will have an Instagram post on that one next week as well, with some more thoughts on that one. So really good. Sometimes I have, sometimes I get, I tend to be drawn to the more vintage books, which is usually what I talk about here. And this one is a current publication. And so I don't always pick these up first thing. But I have found Meg's recommendations to be so wonderful that when I picked this up, I was pretty certain that, it was going to be a good one. And it was. It didn't hurt that it was historical fiction, I think. So it was set back a little bit. It's not that I dislike current modern things. It's just that I am kind of drawn to some of the other ones. So those were what I finished, except that first one, finished in March. And I have some currently reading. I'm going to wait to the end on those ones just to tell you what I'm currently reading. But I have some that I started in April. So the first one I started in April is this one, Miss Petitfour. I guess I am currently reading this one. But this is The Adventures of Miss Petitfour by Anne Michaels. And I just want to show you guys, this is a little bit of a glare, but look at these beautiful illustrations. She has 16 cats and they all have names and personalities. And Miss Petitfour takes her cats and takes them for a ride in kind of like a little parachute. She takes a tea, not a tea towel. What am I trying to, a tea, bear with me, guys. My brain just shut down for a minute. A tablecloth for the tea table. That's what she does. And she uses it as kind of a little parachute. And whichever way the wind blows, that's the way she and her cats go. And here she is with her. And in this story, she had the wind was blowing the wrong way. And so to get back home, she hitched a ride, or rather one of her cats hitched a ride and she had to go along with it. Delightful. It's so delightful. I haven't finished it yet, but this she talks about tea time. She talks about the delicious treats that she's having. She talks about the bookstore. She talks about, the look at the illustration. Oh, Martha is saying she loves the illustrations in this book. Look at how beautiful this is. It has it has big words, which I love, and they're bolded and highlighted. So I'm just going to show you this page here. See how it's kind of in like pink here? Eccentricity, and then it tells you the definition of eccentricity. And then it talks about, it just has such fun words. The language that this author uses and Michael's uses, utterly charming. So far, I'm loving it. I started it by myself, but then I thought one of my daughters would really like that. So I started reading that out loud to her. So Megan is saying that in March, she read The Unexpected Mrs. Polifax. Oh, Megan, what did you think? I loved Mrs. Polifax. I don't know what I was expecting, but that was the one I read right after Christmas, like in that week between Christmas and New Year's. And it was like, I just spent the whole day reading and I finished the whole book. It just captivated me for like the entire afternoon. She also read Understood Betsy, another good one. You know how I feel about Understood Betsy. Swallows and Amazons, Sue Barton, Senior Nurse, The Magician's Nephew, and At Home in Mitford. That sounds like an excellent reading month. I love it. I've read Swallows and Amazons. I love that one. I've read the other two. The only one that I haven't read is the Sue Barton Senior Nurse, but I have heard of that, and those ones look good. I'll have to look into that. Megan said she loved it. She loved The Unexpected Mrs. Polifax. So I found, I'm just going to pull it right here because I have it right here. Here's mine. I love the pink and the green. I love how it has like a little hat. This is the edition that I have. But then I had to go back to Half Price Books and get the next one, which was The Amazing Mrs. Polifax. And this one has a hat too. So it's just like her hats on all of these. So I need to find the next one and see if there's a hat on that one. So I have to go back to Half Price Books. But those are mine, just sitting right here. The way that I feel about Mrs. Polifax and also about the Emma M. Lyon books is if I pick one up, I have to have the day available because those two are the ones that I cannot put down. And so that is how I feel about that. So I haven't picked up the third Mrs. Polifax, and I haven't picked up the third M.M. Lyon yet because I haven't had time to have an entire day where I could just read it. Martha is saying a great book to teach vocabulary in a fun way. That was this one. I agree. Another book with great illustrations is Book Nerd by Holly McGuire. She read it today and loved it. I have never heard of that, Martha, but it sounds delightful, and I'm going to write it down right now so that I don't forget it. Book Nerd by Holly McGuire. I'm going to have to look that one up because I feel like they're just charming and just a little bit like, I don't know, offbeat or something, just like some little unexpected delight when it talks about words like that. I love stuff like that. I don't have more to show you physically for what I'm hoping to do in April because I haven't collected those yet. I was so busy with the book boxes that I haven't. Of course, I have Listening Valley here, which I reread it around Christmas time because I knew that I was going to have it for the book box and I needed to make notes and everything. So I'm going to be rereading it. If you are a book box subscriber, you will get every week a little kind of synopsis as we read through and kind of like book thoughts and things. That comes in more of that will come via email. So if you have ordered the book box and received it, that one will come to your email weekly because I usually do a Sunday email every week, and it'll be kind of like podcast style. So if you received my winter box, you'll know what I'm talking about because I did it for the Scarlet Pimpernel in the winter. But if you are a first time person with getting my box, you'll see like every week I'll split it up. I'm trying to think. I think it was 5 weeks. I split it up about 7 chapters a week, and then every week we'll get some little book thoughts sent to you via email. So that will be coming. So Listening Valley is, of course, first on my list. And then a couple that I don't have physically because I have them on my my e-reader. I have this app called Everand, and Everand has both ebooks and audiobooks it's like a monthly fee. But I've really liked the selection up till now, and my kids listen to a lot of audiobooks. And I was able to find on this app a lot of the older ones. Like this is where I found Miss Silver. You can find D.E. Stevenson on there. Georgette Hayer I found on there as well. And so that makes it pretty accessible to me. So I love it. Like I said, it used to be called Scribd, but it's called Everand. On that one, I found Near Neighbors by Molly Clavering, which I'm going to be reading for the Cozy Reader Book Club that's hosted by Rebecca and Jen. I can put that in the description below, because I'll tell you their accounts on YouTube. And then I'm sorry, no, I said that wrong. Near Neighbors is Jen's Reading Life Patreon. Anna and Her Daughters is by D.E. Stevenson, is the one that's the Cozy Reader Book Club. Sorry, I did that. So those are two that are both on my my app. And then also I think I want to read Love and Saffron by Kim Fay. Meg's Reading Room had a podcast with Kim Fay on it. And it talked about letters, and it talked about, have any of you read this one? Tell me if you haven't, if you loved it. They talked about letters. They talked about bookshops. They talked about friendship. They talked about food. And it just sounded delightful based on that podcast. And I know Jen from Jen's Reading Life really liked it as well. So I did try to start it on audio, and I wasn't loving that specifically. So I need to get the physical copy of that one, which I don't have in my hand. And then also I'm going to be reading Miss Prim. That's not the full title, and now I can't remember. When is the it's the Miss Prim book that I can't. Is it The Adventures of Miss Prim or the something? Again, my brain is not working, you guys. But anyway, I'm doing that for Cordy's book club, also an Instagram read along. And I've read that one before, but I want to reread it with the book club. So, and I don't have the physical copy because I'm waiting for it. It is on its way to me. I know it is. And so I'm waiting to have it in my hands, but I don't have it to show you today. So I have some, let's see what's here. Melissa is just finished Miss Pettigrew Lives for a Day. And she also listened to it on Everand. That's such a good app. There's a lot of good ones. Miss Pettigrew Lives for a Day. I can't remember if I saw that movie or if I read the book, but I remember liking the story. That one was a charming one. Megan says, when do your weekly comments and Listening Valley begin? So not this Sunday, but the following Sunday. So I want to give everybody a chance to get the book box, which just went out on Tuesday. And those of you who I live in Northern Illinois, so a suburb of Chicago. So those of you who live kind of in the Midwest have started to get yours already. But those of you who live on the West Coast, it takes a little longer. And so I wanted to give it a full over a week so that people could start reading, especially those who live further away and who won't get the box as quickly. So they will start not this Sunday, but the following Sunday will be that. She said she'd try to like to read along with you rather than binging it like she did with the Scarlet Pimpernel. That's funny. That is fun to binge books, though. I like that too. So Elizabeth is saying The Awakening of Miss Prim. Oh, and Maggie is saying, is it The Awakening of Miss Prim? Yes, that is it. The Awakening of Miss Prim. See, if I had it in my hands to show you, I would have known that, but I don't have it just yet. So that is the other one. Elizabeth is saying it was a wonderful read. I did read it once, but it's been a long time and I want to read it again. And so I am going to be doing that. I'm going to take a little sip of tea, guys. I'm getting a little talking and now I need some tea. Okay, so that is what is on my April hopefuls. And now I have a couple, excuse my reach here. I'm going to reach over a couple that I'm currently reading. So are we ready with what we are currently reading? Let me know in the comments what you are currently reading. I like to see what everybody's doing. So I have one that you will probably have expected. and one that is kind of a little bit different than what I talk about normally, but I just started it and I wanted to let you know about it. So I did, let's see here. I'll start with the one that I'm currently reading right now. And that is, I found this at a book sale, at a library book sale. And of course, when I saw the author, I had to, I'm sorry, not the library book sale. This was a bookshop. I had a different one at a library book sale. And that was this one, Ngaio Marsh, which I just talked about at the beginning. But when I saw this one, I was like, you know what? I'm going to get another one. I love this Roderick Allen murder mystery, it says up here. And up here, it says the Queen of Classic Mystery. So I think Ngaio Marsh was very popular. So this is my current read that I'm doing right now. I am also listening to an audiobook, Dying in the Wool, which is by, oh gosh, you guys, my brain's not working tonight. It's a Kate Shackleton mystery. That one is, I'm not sure I'm going to finish it. That may be a DNF for me because it's just a little bit more rough around the edges than is usually my cup of tea. It had some scenes in there that were like open door scenes, which I don't usually prefer, and it's a lot about wool dyeing and machinery, which is just okay for me, but I know that those are very popular mysteries, so I wanted to give it a try. I'm not sure that I'm going to finish that one. So that one is on audiobook, the Ngaio Marsh one I started. And then here's the other one that I just started and I'm hoping to read for April. And that is The Plan by Kendra Adachi. So this is a nonfiction book. And I know I don't usually talk about a lot of nonfiction. And when I do, it tends to be kind of story driven, so memoirs or cookbooks or that kind of thing, but I really like Kendra Adachi's content. I started following her podcast years ago and I found them very helpful. So she's known as the Lazy Genius, well, I guess it says manage your time like a lazy genius, but Kendra Adachi is known as the Lazy Genius. So she has a podcast and she has an email, like a newsletter, a monthly newsletter. And I really like her approach to practical things. She just has a wealth of information that she shares. And you can kind of do it like tailored to your lifestyle. So she doesn't say, so this is a time management book, but she doesn't say exactly like, do it this way or do it do it the way, like, how do I explain it? In a certain like method. This is at least what I think. Her way is more look at your life, see what's important to you and plan accordingly. Rather than this is what's important and do it this way, which I like about her, because I think that I discovered several years ago that when I would try to plan according to somebody else's plan, it didn't work very well for my life and my lifestyle. And so I like how she takes that into account in her not only time management strategies, but household management strategies and things like that. And this is her latest release, which just came out last year. And I haven't read it yet, but this is the one that I just started today. So that is my currently reading. Let's see what you are currently reading. Melissa says she's currently reading another Lady Hardcastle mystery. Oh, those are the best. The audiobooks are so good. That's what I should do on audiobook. I need to return to Lady Hardcastle. He has a new one coming out at the beginning of May. T.E. Kinsey is the name of that author. And he has a new one coming out in May, and I'm so excited to look forward to that one. Megan says she's currently reading Anna and Her Daughters, which is on my list too, Harry Potter and the Goblet of Fire, The 68 Rooms, and The Mitchells, 5 for Victory. The 68 Rooms was the one in the Art Institute. I hope you love that one. I was talking about that one last month too. The Mitchells I've heard of, but and they sound so good too, but I have not gotten to that one yet, but I have heard of the Mitchells, which sound delightful. And Karen is reading Book Girl. Oh, that's the Sarah Clarkson one. I have that one too. I love the cover of Book Girl. Finishing Anna and Her Daughters. Sounds like we're all in the Cozy Reader Book Club, huh? And next is Enchanted April. Have you ever read that one before, Karen? Everybody really loves that one. I may have to talk about that one in April because that one was not one of my favorites. And I think I'm the odd one out on that one. I would like to talk about it though with somebody who has read it recently because I kind of want to get my thoughts out on that one. It was such a read that I would have thought that like would have been really into. And parts of it annoyed me and took me by surprise. So I want to discuss it with somebody. So if you're up for discussing it, Karen, let's do that. Martha says she just started Eat Like a Heroine by Jenny Williams and Laura Lee Cracker. And it is delightful so far and an easy book to dip into just here and there. Yes, I agree. I have that one too. Somewhere right here. So hold on. The other one I couldn't reach. Book Girl I can't reach, but Eat Like a Heroine I can. Look how beautiful. This is the one Martha's talking about. And it has beautiful illustrations. And Martha is absolutely right. Eat Like a Heroine is good to dip in and out of because it just has those dippable chapters. I agree. Elizabeth is reading the Unselected Journals of Emma M. Lyon, number 4. And Georgette Hayer's Beauvalet. Ooh, I love a Georgette Heyer. I have not read that one. In fact, I haven't read the Emma M. Lyon one either because I haven't gotten to 3 yet. I need to get my hands on number 3, and then I need to have a day where I can just sit through and read the whole thing. That is what I need to do with Emma M. Lyon. So, all right, book friends. I think that was a pretty long list tonight. That was fun. So I'm glad you're here. Thank you. Next week, I'm going to do the book box unboxing. So the spring book box that just went out this past week, I'm going to go unbox everything. I'm going to tell you like how it came together. I'm going to tell you my inspiration. I'm going to tell you the inspiration story. If you got the early bird bonus, this one here, I'm going to tell you the inspiration story behind that. I want to tell you kind of like how it fits into the story and kind of my thought processes behind. So I'm going to unbox that. I'm going to show, what things I selected because as of right now, it's still a mystery because my boxes, except for the title, of the book. I like to keep the rest of it a mystery so that your unboxing experience can be just exciting and wonderful. So I hope you can join me next week. If you've already received your box and you're a subscriber, you can join me and kind of celebrating that. And if you are not a subscriber, but you want to get a peek into what was included in this box, I hope you'll join me. So let's see. There's a couple more comments before we go. Let's see. Melissa said she's so excited to read the Eat Like a Heroine book too. She has that one as well. Elizabeth said that both of them, both of the ones that she was reading, the Unselected Journals of Emma M. Lyon and Georgette Heyer are both so good and cozy and funny. I love that. Beauvalet. I'm going to have to write that down, Elizabeth. And then Karen said that she hasn't read it before. Oh, the Elizabeth von Arnim one. Hasn't read it before, but loved her garden ones last summer. So we'll see. I have not read the garden ones, so I'm going to have to get to that because that's the only Elizabeth von Arnim that I have tried. So, all right, book friends, I'm going to take another sip of tea and I'm going to say good night. Thank you so much for joining me. It was a pleasure as always. And I will look forward to seeing you next week when we unbox the Spring Small Home Comforts book box. Have a good week. Talk to you later.